But firstly, I want to know a little bit about your role, because I've spoken to other technical directors and it seems that the role varies from club to club. At Vipers FC, a State League 2 side, what actually is involved for yourself?
Yeah, basically I started like a year ago. I have a conversation with the president, Adrian Moore, and basically he said to me, we want people like you in the club to help the coaches and help the kids to get better in soccer.
Yep.
And one of the things that ring the bell to me, and I decided to go there because he said to me, you are the experts, you make all the decisions about soccer in our club, so we won't interfere. So once he said that, and I saw good facilities, a small club, always been around since I retired around clubs, and I thought this was a club to start something different, implementing my football philosophy. And yeah, we started the journey 1 year ago, and it's going amazing. I'm very, very happy with the decision I made.
Is there a little bit of paths crossing between Carrusca Academy and Vipers FC a little bit?
Yeah. Basically, what I want to do is to create a different pathway for the kids.
Yep.
So basically, we got kids at the academy that train with us once or twice a week.
Yep.
And after we got Vipers that the kids train two times a week, like every club. So we want the kids, part of my philosophy is that we want the kids to train more, so spend more time on the ball. I think it's the only way they can get better. And there is not many scenarios when the kids can spend time with the ball. So we create these 4 or 5 days a week for the kids that want to get better and want to take the football to the next level, and I think it's working very, very, very well. The connection with the club is fantastic. We got kids from different clubs. Don't have to play for Vipers to be part of my academy, because my objective since I started the academy was to help the kids, sharing the knowledge with them, help us more kids as we can to reach their potential, also to follow the dreams. I was a kid when I was young. I had the same dream. So now I'm trying to help them to get there. And
you have got a lot of experience. So for a lot of those kids, it'd be great for them to learn from someone like you. We could be here for days talking about your career over your time in South America and also your short stints in Europe as well. But I want to talk about when you came to Australia, because this is a podcast about the Australian, South Australian football community. But when you first came, you came straight to Adelaide United, played over 100 games, won the grand final with them as well. You had a good career at Adelaide United. Unfortunately, you moved on to other A-League teams as well.
Yep.
But when you came to Australia, Adelaide was your first club. Did you know much about Australian football before coming here?
No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Just when I received the offer from my agent, I called one of my ex-teammates. I played with him in the Argentinian under-20s, Patricio Perez, that he was playing for Gold Coast Mariners.
Yep.
Back in, I don't know, 2000, maybe 10 or 8, something like that. And he gave me very good feedback about Australian football, and this is what the only thing I knew before I came here.
Yep. So what was your impression when you came to Australian play? Was it a bit of a shock to the system with the different style? Because we're not obviously as we're more physical than...
Yeah. Look, I guess playing in different clubs in Argentina and playing in Europe as well, you see that is not as professional as it is in other countries.
Yep.
For I don't know, a lot of details that happen during the training sessions on games, because it's another culture. It's a different culture, and it's, when I came here, it was a bit difficult to settle, especially for the first, let's say, 6 months. It was a bit hard to, I don't know, to start eating earlier, to go, everything was closed after 6 o'clock. Those kind of things that make your life different and need to change habits. And at the start, you don't understand things that after become a part of your life. So now I remember one story always with Peter Kitty, that he was a very good friend of us, and he was the doctor, the physio at the time. He was telling me I put the kids at bed at 7, and sometimes I don't see the kids. And I said to him, you are crazy, man. You can't do that. How you cannot see your kids?
Yeah.
After you came from work. He said they need to go to bed earlier. They need to go to bed at 7. I said, okay, I don't understand why you do that. So now, after almost 10 years being here, I put the kids at 7, and sometimes I don't see the kids after coming from work.
Yep.
So those kind of things that happen, I thought I have when I was here, when I was maybe the first 6 months or 1 year. Here now I'm another Aussie, you know. I'm doing the same thing, so I create those habits, and I'm very happy to be here.
So the lifestyle over in South America is a lot different, I'm assuming, than here. So
very different.
Yeah.
Very different. So kids stay until late, maybe 10, 11. It's a bit different story.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I would love to be living in South America as a kid. Staying up past 10 o'clock would be fantastic. So you played LA United. Your career there, what was it for yourself? What was it like playing for a club like LA United? Because they're the only LA team here in South Australia, so you're only one we can support. What was it like for you being a part of the that club during that period? Because there was an ups and downs during your time at that club.
Yeah. Look, it was another experience in my life when I decided to come here. We came with my wife to have another experience, to be honest. And after we started loving the club, loving the country, the city, the lifestyle, everything. And in soccer at Adelaide United, we were doing well. I was happy. I was playing. I was with confidence. I didn't have many injuries, so I was happy playing. And also my family was happy as well. At the time, I had my youngest son was 11 months. And was an amazing experience to be part of the club, especially after everything we won with the club for the first time, with the FA Cup, the grand final here in Adelaide as well. I'm very grateful with the club, and be part of the history of the club is amazing.
Fans love you for your period you had at the club, your stint there, and for myself as well, that moment of the grand final was one of my favourites. And the FFA Cup was up there until we won the grand final 2 years later, because that was our first proper trophy that we won. But for you as a player, what did it actually mean? Because we saw what it was like in the club rooms with the press conference when everyone just stormed in. But what was it actually like for you being part of that moment as a player?
Yeah, as a player, having won a lot of trophies, so that was special, because I was part of a very nice group of people, very good people around, since coaching staff, players, medical staff, everyone at the office as well. We have a very good relationship, and I think one of the reasons that why we won it, because of that, because we are outside the field where we were very close, and was very nice experience. I was playing. I was one of the captain of the team as well, so it was special for me.
And you talk about that moment. It was a very tight knit team. Then it obviously changed for a little bit, but then now it's good to see you back involved in the club in some way. I love how all the old players are coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Are you enjoying being invited back to the club to have a little bit of a involvement?
Yeah, of course. It's been almost 3-4 years that we are doing the school clinics with the club as well, with the academy. We create a partnership that works very well. Been always to the games, and do some friendly games as well. We're gonna play one in a couple of weeks against Police Force, I think, again. So get together. It's nice, you know. We always remember that you have good memories at the club, and it's good to get all together sometimes. And so I think even now that I'm finished, I'm retired, I'm still involved with the club. It's great.
It's good to see, and like other ex-players that have all stayed in Adelaide, lot of import players come to Australia to play, stay here, become an Australian citizen. We've seen Isaias most recently become an Australian.
Yep.
But talking retired players, Marcos Flores, Casio, and now yourself,
Yep.
all call Adelaide home now and have your own academies and doing your own things here now. What is one of the reasons why you guys, I know the lifestyle, you guys love it, but you've started a family, you've called Adelaide home and started your own academies to help the local community grow in football. What's some of the reasons why you guys decide to stay here?
There is a lot of reasons. One is lifestyle, like you said. I think the main reason for my family is because I can see my kids in the future having more opportunities and grow in a great country, good society, good people around. Everything works perfectly, and if you work hard, you can achieve whatever you want here in Australia. That's why we decide to stay. In terms of the why we set up an academy, I don't know, in my opinion, I did it because since I came here, I didn't see a lot of experienced people or coaches around kids. And I saw that since we started doing some clinics or going to clubs to coach kids and those kind of stuff when we were playing. And I see an opportunity there for the ex-players. I think we got this responsibilities we can set to share the knowledge with kids. I think is important, and as I said, because there is not many people or ex-players coming from overseas or have a lot of experience. I think it's good for Adelaide to have people like us helping the kids. We don't know everything, of course. I'm very young. I'm learning every day, but with those 16 years playing as a professional, I've been involved in football for my whole life. I think I got enough knowledge to help kids to follow the dreams.
So when you guys came to Australia, was there ever a feeling like you might call Australia home, or were you just purely coming in for the just to play football?
No, just to play football.
Yep.
Yeah, we came just to play football. As I said, it was just to have a different experience. I've been in Argentina for the last 3 years since I came from Mexico. Was playing there, and I want to change, and that's why we came here. So let's see what happened over there, and we love the city. As I said, we started loving the lifestyle, and we decided to stay. After maybe 3-4 years, we decide to stay, which is a very big decision because our family is over there. But as I said, for my kids' future, I think was the right decision to make.
And now you played for a long period in the A-League for Adelaide United. You left Adelaide and went off to a couple of other stints at other clubs in the A-League. But then once you retired, it was a couple of years later, you retired from professional football.
Yep.
And you came to Adelaide and you went to West Adelaide and played 4 games for them in the local competition.
Yep.
What was it like for you being in a professional competition like the A-League and then stepping down and playing in a league like the NPL?
Yeah, it was different. It was very, very different comparing with A-League. So one of the reasons I didn't play much and I played only 4 games because of the lack of professionalism, I guess. And I went there because West Adelaide was doing the new facilities, and I was setting up my academy there. I was my thought when I came back, and after 2 years, I started my academy 2 years before that. So I was thinking to build my academy. Those facilities would be amazing, and after I saw still the facilities are not finished after 3-4 years.
Yeah, so it's still not finished.
It's still not finished. So that's one of the reasons I decided to stop and focus only in my business. It was the academy, and focus only in the kids, because at the same time I was doing both things and wasn't enjoying the football. So it was as always, make a decision to finish and don't play anymore is difficult. But I think it was the right thing to do.
Do you think if you had chosen another club or a different league in Australia, would you have continued on, or is it?
Never know. It's difficult to say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you enjoy playing football, it's different. You have a different mindset. When you're not enjoying anymore, everything changed. So I was about to finish anyway when I didn't have the opportunity to get a contract in A League. I started to think about retiring. I said, okay, let's play one more year and see what happened. And after 2 months, I made a decision, which I think was okay, because I started focusing my academy at the time, and you know how difficult it is to establish and grow a business. So I think it was a good decision.
It was a good decision for the future of the game as well, because as you said, there's a lot of academies in Australia, but there's not as many as with as much experience as you have around the world. Not just here, you learnt here, or you're just from Australia, but it's great to have that experience from South America style of football, the European style that everyone has played over there, now establishing their own academies here. So it's good to have that input now and changing the way of the kids learn. So for yourself now being involved in the academy, was it always something you were aspiring to do?
Yeah, always when I was playing, I was trying to help the youngers, the younger of the team, because I grew up that way. I grew up when I started playing professional. I was 17, 18 years old, and a lot of all the players helped me a lot in my career. And when I was playing, I was doing the same thing with the young group. And when I retire, I decided to do that because I told you before, I saw an opportunity there for me to share the experience with the kids, and the kids to learn a little bit more. I don't know. As I said before, I don't know everything, but I have a lot of experience, and my idea was to share that with the young kids, and I think we are doing really well.
What kind of experiences do you offer at Carrusca Academy?
Yeah, so basically we had different programs. We got the development program, which is the one that everybody can come for every ability. And after we had a high performance program that I created this year, and it's for players I picked and I choose from trials, or kids can come to the junior development program that have a bit more high skill level, let's say, because I believe when we put players with similar abilities together, the development is much better. So that's why I create that and have those options. And as I said, being at Vipers as well, create that philosophy within a club is important. And basically what we are trying to do is the kids in development program that love the game and spend time with the ball, and put the kids in game situations, which is very important, so they can decide, make good decisions on the field, and stay all the time in a game situation, let's say. Also, we are focusing the technical part of the game, and being technical player, always we focus on those small details. And what I believe part of the philosophy that we have, that the kids need to learn the fundamentals the good way and the right technique from a young age. Because when you get older, to change a habit is very, very difficult. So from young age, we teach the kids how the technique should be in a fun environment, because for us, if the kids don't have fun, the kids don't enjoy the session, don't make sense to run an academy. So in a fun environment, we have different programs, and we try to help the kids in different ways. And also we want the kids to have experience overseas, to go and compete, those kind of trips that you remember for your whole life after. To create this experience would be great. And basically for us, it's not only football. I haven't learned only about soccer, only the game. For us, is the main thing is to the kids learn life skills. This to be respectful, to be on time, to be committed with something, to eat healthy food. All those things that you learn through football for us are the main thing.
Yeah, and you say they learn through playing, through game time is the best way to learn. Is that why you're one of the academies that are involved in the academy competition?
Yep.
With Casio's academy. I think Flores was a part of the first one as well.
Yep.
So you is that something you guys wanted to establish? So it wasn't just kids learning drills and stuff like that on a couple of nights a week, but also give them that opportunity to play as well.
Yeah, exactly. Because in every part of the world, we train for 1 year, the whole year. You have maybe a couple of months off, but you train. I've been training like that since I was a very young kid. And here we train only until September. The league is finishing September for the juniors and the mini Rus. So I want to create that. I don't know. What I experienced when I was young. I want the kids to have the same experience.
Yep.
And I think this competition is very good for kids. Of course, not everybody can do that, but with competition you create a winning mentality.
Yep.
You see how the kids react when they lose games, when they win games. We need to teach a kid to be humble, to deal with emotions, to understand about frustration, setbacks, how to manage those things. I think it's great, and we did it this year as well. The pre-season tournament was very, very good for everyone. For the kids, it's a good learning experience for the coaches as well. So I think, as I said before when we started the interview, as more the kids get involved with the ball, better for us. This is a tournament, it's a training, it's just games with the club. I don't care for which club the kids play. I want them to get time on the ball. This is the only way they will learn.